spin enthusiasts. I'm going to talk to you some more today about being a color guard instructor. So if you don't know, or if you haven't been watching this series, several weeks ago I posted on Instagram that I wanted to know what assumptions or questions people had about being a color guard instructor, and I got a ton of questions. So I am answering them all in these videos, these Q&A videos, and I'm just kind of going through and doing a few every week. Here is where we're going to pick back up. So Sammy Grace has asked, what tips do you have for choreographing as a coach? Don't be afraid to reuse choreography. It's so acceptable to do. You can take the same choreography that you've done in the past and just adjust it to fit the show that you're doing. So you can make phrases a little longer, make phrases a little shorter, faster, slower. Maybe you can turn some students around and make them face a different direction. There are so many ways you can take the same choreography that you use and use it again. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to use choreography that you've seen other people do. Personally, for me, if I teach choreography, I am putting it out there and it is for you to have and use. If you see choreography in my show, I've put it out there into the world. You can see it, you can have it, you can use it. That's my philosophy. I know there are guard instructors who are so protective of their choreography. They're like, no, I'm going to teach you this and you're going to know how to do it, but you can't use it in your show and you can't use it for anything else you do. Bull. Don't do that. As a guard instructor, don't do that. You can always come up with more new choreography. If you keep that choreography for yourself, or if there's an instructor that keeps the choreography for themselves, they're having a hard time coming up with their own style of choreography. You don't want to be like that. Also, make sure that your warm-ups and your training program actually feeds into the choreography that you're going to do. So we have this warm-up exercise that we do at Spintronics, and the first couple of years I introduced it, we did nothing from that warm-up exercise in our choreography, and it left me and some of my other staff members, like, I just remember this conversation with Anna and I, where we were going, here, we have them tossing a 45 in the show, and yet the only tosses they do in their warm-up exercise is a single, a 1.5, and a double, and they're all plain vertical tosses. So take your choreography and build backwards into your warm-up and your training so that you're training those students to be able to do those skills that they're going to have in their choreography. Choreographic tips. How do you motivate your team to work hard? This one's tough, I'm not going to lie, because being in an independent guard, our students are already kind of motivated to work hard. You know, they wouldn't be there outside of school time, outside of regular education time, if they didn't want to work hard and be good at this. I think, though, the best way to do it is to start from the very beginning, outline everything that they need to do throughout the season, like what's the expectations going to be. And I think if you have them maybe come up with their own goals for the season and post them somewhere where they can see them, you're going to have a lot better time motivating them to keep working hard toward those goals. So maybe you'll set up like a goal sheet and you'll hang it in the guard closet. And like I said, start early at the beginning of the season, right after auditions, maybe even before auditions, with all of the people who are coming into audition, and make sure they understand not just the goals that they have, but outline that path that they're going to have to take to get to those goals. We started talking about those goals this past year, like halfway through the season. We started talking about them in the beginning of the season, but actually getting the students to tell us what their goals for the season were came like halfway through the season. And that was, I don't want to say it was useless, because it did help and it served its purpose for the way that we had structured our whole season. But I wished the whole time that we had done that at the beginning of the season so that we could then make a roadmap. Okay, what is your goal? Your goal is you want to earn a trophy this year. You want to earn a medal at championships. Well, here's who has won a medal before, here's how hard they worked, and here's what we need to do in order to get there and place and achieve that goal. So I think just starting early and making sure students feel like they have this control over their success, making sure that they understand it's up to them to be successful, that's gonna really motivate them a lot more than just, okay, if you drop your flag, you're going to go do 25 crunches, or if you get off and you're not clean on your spins, you're going to have to run 30 laps. Like those are motivational for some people, but it's not going to work for everybody. And it's really going to depend on your team. So if your team is motivated more by those physical activities where they're going to do 25 crunches and then they're going to catch their flags, cool, do that. But start early, be consistent all season, and make sure they understand where they're starting at and where they want to be in order to be motivated throughout the whole season. Sierra wants to know, which is easier, choreographing indoor or outdoor? Those are two totally different animals. With choreographing for indoor guard, usually you're choreographing in these phrases and then you're connecting the phrases together, and it's a short show. You have something like 7 or 10 minutes to perform. Choreographing for outdoor, usually you have 3 or 4 songs. It just depends. It depends on the program. It depends on who you are working for and all sorts of things. So for myself, I like choreographing for indoor more because I can do more, and because I am the director, I kind of have the last say in everything as far as what I want my choreography to be. So I will be able to go out and do what I want to do and then run it by some other people and they can give me their opinions. But really, it's up to me. So with outdoor guard, what I like about that is I don't have the burden of making all of the decisions because I'm not the director. I'm not the show designer. The show has been designed by somebody else. The drill has been written by somebody else. And all I have to do is tell the guard what they're going to do as they're going from place to place. Now, it's not that way in every single program. That I've worked with programs where I've also had to write drill. I've worked with programs where I've also had to do a lot of design elements. I've worked with programs where I've had to write other non-choreography movement on the field. So it just depends on the program. But I honestly, I can't say I even like one better than the other because they both have such different aspects of what you can do with it. So, I mean, I really enjoy being my own director. I enjoy working for other people too because then I don't have as much responsibility on my shoulders and I can spend more time actually thinking about the choreography and playing with that. That's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like and share this video. If you want to learn more about being a good color guard instructor, head on over to Patreon and become a patron. And if you're a patron at the instructor or director level, we will give you access to our weekly posts about how to be a better color guard instructor, not just as a team, but as a class. So if you're looking to actually enhance your color guard class with some curriculum and you want to learn how to teach better, if you need some information to help you with maybe grant writing or fundraiser proposals or cross-curricular integration, all of these great education buzzwords, head on over to our Patreon, sign up as either an instructor or a director, and get those weekly posts. They're excellent information and so helpful. And then make sure that you share this video with your whole team because color guard is all about teamwork and it's so much better when you do it on a team.